How are you doing and how have you been? My name's Disastrical, this is Perkins, and let's have some human meat today. So Poppy People is going well. You know, Perkins started in a lonely, simple building, a 5x4 or whatever it was, I can't really remember. And now look at us. We have a kingdom fit for a Perkins. It is going nice. Days passed since our arrival, a 64 successfully survived days. You just hover over the date at the right hand side and you can see. And I think it is clear that Perkins has done well. Does that mean we've actually survived a year so far? 15, 30, 45, 50, 60. We have survived a whole year, Poppy People. So that's not too bad. Our Perkins is doing well. This is signs of promise. Now, I appreciate the comments. We are smashing it. You're proud of your boy. Yeah, we just need to kick in gear with research. Now, that is pretty much it. Obviously, meat's getting low, but we have a tiny amount. Are we still getting like the raw? See, look, we don't get any raw food debuffs through just eating meat like this. So I wonder if we don't need to worry about a kitchen. We will build a kitchen, but it will just be like a butcher table down the line. Again, that requires us to somehow get some hand on wood. And I don't mean the fun type. I'm looking around and there just isn't anything. Like, I keep looking around because, you know, perhaps one day we'll find something. The only other thing that obviously people have been saying is we've potentially got an ancient danger here and one here. And down the line, even now, because actually we have a lot of traps, we could open one of these bad boys up to see what's inside. Which does make me curious, I'm not going to lie. I think we'll work towards that. Now, what I mean is when work towards it, I want to have enough steel that then we would be able to like instant repair all these traps just in case a raid or anything came in. But we could potentially get ourselves some really key resources really early. So just food for thought. We are sort of preparing for that. Because Perkins is nothing else but resourceful. Have we got any active quests or anything like that? No, just them rescue ones. The paid volcanic winter, I know you guys want to see it, but especially with our clothing situation, the human leather not really keeping in the heat as well as we would want. The thing is, I'd prefer the mood boosts, but we have got the really good parka and stuff like that in the stockpile, so if we need it because temperatures get too low. I'm hoping by next winter we can actually have a bigger, better home situation with heating and everything like that. I think it's going to be a bit too difficult to do heating around this geothermal, especially as you guys have said eventually, obviously we're going to put that the power production thing over it anyway. So it's naturally going to be a big source of heat. A raid, which is probably just as well because we need some food. Just one person on their own. I mean, it's incredibly disappointing. As I accidentally hit the world button and it takes my computer a year to load it. Okay, I can't see anyone else coming, which is fine. Let's go fly a kite. I just want to go to the... They will prepare for a while, so I'll probably just tell Perkins just to stay in here. We've got no reason to risk anything for a biscuit. But we've actually been quite cool with accepting a lot of quests, failing a lot of them on purpose. Now, I know we need goodwill and stuff like that, but realistically, we're pretty happy with everyone wanting to attack Perkins, especially our base. I think we're ahead of the curve with our defense. So, as something dives onto my keyboard quite rudely. The pirates are now beginning their assault, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, so we're actually okay with people wanting to attack us because it just means more food in our belly, really. You getting hypothermia coming down here? No, not really. Meals on wheels. You gotta love it. There we go. Unrestrict Perkins, and then she can go get some brunch. Brunch with the girls, eating sail. No, she wasn't eating on a sail. The man that she was eating was called Sail, you see? It's brilliant. The puns write themselves, party people. And look, Perkins has such a good life. She puts her clothes out to dry in the river, and then they degrade. So basically no one knows she eats people. We've got some visitors. If there was like 2 of them, I'd attack them just to get the human meat. So now we actually have a little bit of silver, a little bit of something to actually trade. So I'm actually going to wake Perkins up and we can actually go have a look what they have got to trade. I'll be honest, I was really hoping for some wood and to be like, oh my god, there's some wood, but that didn't happen, so that ruined it. Let's sell the Devil Strad pants. The sheep wool pants are at 2% anyway, get rid of them. The cloth t-shirt, get rid of them. Let's get rid of the muffalo because the alpaca one was actually warmer, surprisingly. Let's get rid of the steel knife, and this is all adding up. Let's get rid of the steel clubs. The smoke leaf joint. I'm not going to buy any more herbal medicine. We could buy some foods, but I actually think we're good like this, and let's just pocket the silver. Oh, insufficient. Oh, I'm glad it actually popped up on that. That would have been a bit silly. So we'll keep the smoke leaf. We'll try and keep... We'll keep the... No, we'll sell the clothes. What is mainly getting us all this money? The pants and the parka. So we'll keep the parka then. Sell the pants. That's fine. There we go. Good little trade. Pocket a bit of silver for any future endeavours. You know, I'm more thinking when a combat supply comes down, we can outfit ourselves with some sexy armour, that sort of stuff. Not to look sexy, but to be sexy, to feel sexy, to just want to be sexy. Do you know what I mean? Perkins is a woman after all. You can't just chain her down. Okay. You could, but then she would eat you. No, she would. Right. We need to get this researched on, to be fair. This is when you want a speed 10 to just like whiz through this little bit. It's the only thing with obviously having one colonist. When there's like a bunch of buzzy bees, it's cool to focus on other things at the same time. But I do like that. I've always said it just brings me back to the days of playing Sims. You start with one person and you just, through lack of interest, and you treat them like a Tamagotchi and you don't feed them properly and stuff like that. And then eventually you're trying to kill them in the swimming pool. And I think I play games wrong. I think it's me the problem. I don't think Perkins is the problem. I think it's me. Perkins don't agree with me. Other than that, I think we will do a little bit more mining of steel at some point. I would like to obviously heavily push towards research. Research is pretty much the key. I mean, we've got everything else at the moment. I know we need a meal source. There are relatively small changes we could do to the base to make it a little bit more homely and stuff like that. And there are things we could do to do stuff a little bit better, but really Perkins' mood is high. And I think we've got no reason to do any of them things. Like, this is pretty perfect, I think, for an early on start. Obviously, I would say we're somewhat being lucky with obviously getting the food supply, but it sort of is the name of the game with Rimworld. And especially Randy on such a high difficulty. Oh, we've got cargo pods. Let's see what Randy has graced us with. Look, this is vegetarian. I know we're not, but at least if we're desperate, we've got stuff like Randy is just. I think Randy is Randy for us. Like he's loving this colony so much. He wants us to succeed, and that's the sort of people we need in our camp. We need doers. We need thinkers. Perkins and Randy living the dream. You have to be nice to Randy. That's the rule I've always. He sends like 50 mech clusters. And at the end of the day, Randy on 500% is basically Russian roulette every time you come on. Eventually, it's going to catch up with you. But this is probably the nicest Randy has ever been to me on these difficulties. Like, I don't know about you lot, you party people, but every time I seem to play, he just wants to wipe me out. He's not very nice, but I think he appreciates a good backstory with Perkins. He appreciates the work we've put in, and he wants to see how Perkins grows, how her company does. You know, does she get a pen pal? Does she find love? You know, the story is there and it's just captivating, and he wants to add to it, and we appreciate it. I have to say, Perkins is a hell of a woman. Hell of a woman. Intelligence, like her mood is sky high. It's really quite funny. And it's not even sky high. It's just we're like out. She's being so positive. It's just outweighing the negatives. Awful bedroom. Like, I don't know if there's too much we're going to be able to do for that for a long, long time. Unsightly environment again. Darkness, obviously, we can do something for when research is done. I'm not quite sure how we're going to put this wind turbine in. Don't really know how we're going to incorporate that into our base. I think we probably just will push it up here, wall around it. And the only problem is obviously when we get breaches and stuff like that, but it's stuff that we're going to have to deal with anyway, like. Although breaches aren't so much of a problem now because they have nerfed them. I think in my last series I was getting breaches every attack, and it was just like, okay, just calm down, give me a minute, just use a door. Having breaches in the game is better than what it is worse. Well, I say that because otherwise it's too I'm just going to walk around here and jump on a trap. You know, breaches create this okay, they're coming through here, like they're... Breaches are like our Perkins. They're just trying to be more adventurous in life. Oh, wow. If this isn't bliss, I don't know what is. Oh, we can get a torch lamp and make it out of a skull. I wish it was like a real skull that you had to extract to do it. I mean, there's not really too much else we can do at the moment. It is just research. Which is awesome. We were really on the ball. I think that's what's taken me off guard a little bit. I'm not normally this on the ball with everything. I'm sort of looking through. There must be Can you make a poker table? Oh, imagine if you could make a poker table out of human leather. Be hilarious. Would it be hilarious? I'm not really sure, but at this point everything we're doing is hilarious, so we might as well continue. Yeah, this is pretty perfect. I think we're obviously just behind on the research, and it's more going to be... Oh, as I scroll down. Food getting really low. It's more going to be where we go from here. I would imagine we need to go batteries. I would imagine solar panels aren't going to be super helpful here. I think wind turbines is probably going to be the be all and end all. Obviously geothermal power down the line. And then we can start creating a base that a Perkins would be proud of. So I think that's the idea. Hydroponics is going to be a big one in this series, because obviously we're not going to be able to grow outside, so that would be cool to be able to tickle down that avenue. But saying that, we might just get make a section fertile, put it inside, sun lamp, and do it like that, because I still think that's more efficient than doing hydroponics. I love the idea of hydroponics, but the amount of resources that's required. But I think that is obviously going to be the key. We're really lucky at the minute that we're quite resource rich, really. Like, we've got meds, we've got some foods, okay, it's not the be all and end all, but we've got some food. We can gather enough resources to survive. But hydroponics will just make it so we can actually be like making herbal medicines on a constant basis, stuff like that. If we're doing good trades, then we can make medicine. So we are thinking about this. I am planning this as we're going ahead. Don't think we're going to quite get to research this episode. I would like to queue up a few more mining tasks again, just to make sure we have enough in here. We could also queue up some more. Oh, another mega sloth. How many of them? We are going to have to be careful that they don't choose to hunt Perkins. Now, the hunting of Perkins isn't the problem. It's the hunting of Perkins if she's too far to run back to our base. Because then she's obviously going to be mega sloth food. Which would probably be poetic in a sick sort of way. So just to break her up, just give her a rest from research. And I mean, we're over halfway now. So it's not too bad. I might actually get Perkins to... I really want to mine some components, but I am cautious of going too near this mega sloth. Equally, we could shoot it and lure it back. I mean, if she shoots it good. No, I mean, real good. Animal migration hares. No, it's too many. 20 hares. It would have been nice to take them down, but... How many traps have I got? 17, okay. One trap a rabbit. Still be free. Surprised that mega sloth didn't wake up to actually take it down, but... It was a hairy situation, so you could understand it not wanting to do it. Yes, I'm smirking to myself. Right, so you've got all that, so we've got plenty of steel in here. A couple more components wouldn't go amiss. I don't want to go near that mega sloth, so let's get the components from down here. Let's have a look at Perkins skills wise. Intellectual is 12, mining 10, because like I think we've got... She's quite well-rounded, really, isn't she? She's a pretty good colonist to start with, especially with what we're doing. Like it, I like it, I like it. She's smoking a smoke leaf. I mean, why not? Have a good time, love life. You ain't got much stuff to look forward to, and let's be honest. The snow is a bit sickly to look at. It's the white, it's too bright. Perkins doesn't like it. She's more of a gothic black sort of woman. She can be whatever woman she... We're actually quite lucky with the amount of steel and components that are actually available to us. I'm really tempted just to open an Ancient Danger. Okay, transport pod crash, so that's going to distract me from doing something that could potentially kill our Perkins. The mega sloth is making me nervous. Can I check its hunger level? No. Let's Perkins beat some woman. Crashed out of a ship, have you? Well, Perkins will help you. No, she won't. Really tempted to shoot that mega sloth, but we're just about surviving without it. Like, don't get me wrong, it is close, but it's just all about that electric research, really, party people. Other than that, what improvements would you make? Like, I think it's pretty golden. Could do like a dumping stockpile here where we put some blocks in, but just to slow them down, but I don't think that's the be all and end all. Feels weird, the first episode in quite a while where we haven't really expanded or improved. Keep panicking that we're not smoke leaf tolerance small. Do need to keep an eye on that. Is there any way? Right, we'll just keep an eye on that. I don't want her to get really addicted because that would be a problem on its own. I know she's bored, but I can't really be bothered to like sit through a withdrawal, which will make her bedridden to the point where she can't actually move. Work that one out. Rush hydroponics just so Perkins can be a drug addict. But maybe that's the life. Maybe the fashion shows in Paris just weren't what Perkins needed in life. She just wanted to get high. She didn't want to live the high life, but she wanted to get high and pretend to be in the high life. I don't know. I thought there was a pun or a joke there, and really I just embarrassed myself, and even Perkins won't look at me now, so... I was really tempted to jump off of electricity and jump onto stone cutting. I was really tempted. Because then we could do granite morbid slab, improve like the look of everything. The problem is we've just got to get it done. It's like, it is a big research because it unlocks so much. It's like the next... Like, it's like a level up, really. But the problem is as I'm sitting here, I'm just like, there's an ancient danger you can open. There's a mega sloth you could attack. It's just like, the voices in my head are not on my side, and they're not on Perkins' sides. They want doom and gloom and, you know, the bits that come in between. That's why I don't let them keep me down, and I drink my water. Mainly because I've been having too much caffeine and I'm scared that I'm going to like one day wake up and I'll be like hanging like a bat from the ceiling because I've got that much caffeine. Perkins knows what it's about. Saying that, what we could do is create 2 dumping stockpiles. I'm just going to pause it just for the moment. The reason why we're going to do this is actually prepare for when we do block making. So clear all. So we have sandstone and is it limestone? Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll go storage, clear all. This one will be chunks limestone. And this one, clear all, will be chunks sandstone. So then they'll be all like as close as possible. And then when we actually build the stonecutters table, we'll do its area. So we'll only pick from anything within these areas. And it will just make life a little bit easier. And I mean, Perkins has got some downtime now. So, you know, I think doing it sooner rather than later will be fine. What I then will do is just queue up some. So queue up all them. And I know it doesn't make them tons closer, but it does. It does, but it doesn't. There we go. Nothing too cray-cray. Just a little bit that surrounds. So then when we start making block making, everything's nice and close. Because there's no real rush to like power through electricity as quick as possible. Apart from the whole fact of wanting to progress. Perkins is starving. She's going through starvation, which is something to keep an eye on. That mega sloth. Okay, there is a snow hare, so I'm going to queue that up to hunt. Hopefully Perkins comes and gets that before it leaves the map. So at least then it's a little bit. Obviously it's nothing too crazy. I think the mega sloth then... The idea when I say we're going to kill it is we're basically going to... Grump the desperate. Well, he's desperate if he's coming to me. Come on, Perkins. Kill the rabbit. No, you need to kill this rabbit. Like, really do. Like, Perkins, I don't think we've got the bullets for this. Let's just accept the quest. So, a desperate refugee is approaching. Yeah, we'll accept. Grump, has he got any clothes that we want? Not really. Drop your club. Lovely. Perkins is coming back to rest. Her dinner is on the way. I love how Grump is helping us by hauling stones. We're going to be hauling you in a minute, mate. You'll have something to actually grump about. Come on, Perkins. Come get dinner. I know you're hungry, girl. Good old Perkins welcoming another member to our colony. Oh no, guys. We failed another quest. We are silly billies. There we go. And then we can have some grump for breakfast. Oh, I love this game. I really do love this game. I find it so humorous. We've got visitors. They have some items to trade. They only send... If we attack them, do you reckon they'll, like... What's that? A fox. I'm curious to see if we attack them, like... Will they attack us back to the point where, like, I can lure them around these traps? Oh, they're leaving because of dangerous weather. So that means it's starting to get cold again. Hypothermia, shivering. I'm just going to make sure... Just making sure they leave. So obviously if they go down, that's free food for us, but they didn't, sadly. Anything wildlife? We have an Arctic wolf. The mega sloth left. It heard our plans. The wolf might come and eat Perkins, so we'll just keep an eye on that. Shouldn't do. We should be fine. And then it's pretty much back onto researching, party people. The exciting content that you only get here. And the wit that comes with it. The wits has survived. No, it doesn't really work, does it? Perkins brings the surviving, I bring the wit. There you go. It's a bit more... Got a bit more fluidity to it, hasn't it? Yeah, no, I'm excited to see where this colony goes. It's got a lot of potential. Helps that Perkins is smashing it, and Perkins wants this, like, really wants it. You can feel it in her veins. You can feel it in her fingers. You can feel it in her human... clothed pants. Are you getting hypothermia? No. It says minimum temperature minus 17. Right. But it's minus 24 outside. Am I missing something? Because by my maths, Jeffrey, you should be getting hypothermia. Oh, it says here, this is a much easier way. Minus 17. Human leather is not for the cold. Interesting. It's not for the sweaty heat either, but... I say that 30 degrees is pretty hot. Hey, if she's not getting hypothermia, I'm not going to argue about it. No, spank you. Please stop doing drugs, though, because if you get addicted, I'm going to be so disappointed in you. I'll be like an unproud mother hen. Perkins is going to get like a slap on the wrist. She needs to get back to actually doing some research. No, I wanted her to haul. Well, that needs to get done, I suppose. We will get electricity. Then we will rule the world, party people. Quest failed. We didn't rescue someone. Oh no. Failing a lot of quests, guys. Do you know what? I'm starting to think Perkins doesn't like other people. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what the first signal, the first sign was in the colony, but she just seems to have a taste of a different direction. That could be a cookbook. A taste for a different direction. I might copyright that because that is pretty banging. The taste of Perkins. Well, no, because then you're like eating her, aren't you? So would cannibals eat themselves? Or is that redonkulous? If you're a cannibal, you'd eat human, would you eat yourself? Is there any animals in history that have just like ate themselves like nom nom nom, I'm hungry? Dunno. Maybe a philosophical question for another day. Bulk goods trader. Ooh, gimme, gimme, gimme. This could be good. They could have woods. They could have some really, really good stuff. If you got to this part of the video, leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment. And I'll catch you next time, party people. Bye.